Hey, welcome back. I think I'm supposed to go back to my ship. I don't know. That's what the walkthrough says. I had to quick Bible notes, and that'll be it. No more Bible stuff for the rest of the week. I do feel like I'm doing a little bit better, though, this week than last week. Whatever that means. It just means, like, I just want to, when I talk, I want to not want to kill myself. I don't want to just to feel like, oh, this is stupid, and I can't, what I'm saying isn't even true, and it's not, doesn't feel good to say it. But the last couple of weeks have felt, days have been felt good. They felt good. I had a funny Bible note. Sometimes when I listen to the Bible, I think of funny little notes. I don't know if I can get back there from here. I think it's in Chronicles 2. I wish I had the verse, but okay, good. They need to rebuild the temple because Nebuchadnezzar destroys it or whatever. So they need a temple builder, right? And I forget who it is. Is it Samuel? Or is it Elijah? Someone gets a vision from God, and he's like, Elijah, go to Jerusalem and find this man. He's the best temple builder in the world. Bring him over, and he'll build the temple for you, exactly as I want it. And I'm like, dang, how do you get a job reference from God? That's pretty great. Put that on your resume. God said I'm the best temple builder in the world. What? Okay, yeah, I have to go up there. I don't know. That was the note. There's something there. If I was a Christian stand-up, do those people exist? Are there Christian stand-ups? That would be a good joke. Okay, this was the other note that I ended yesterday. Hopefully it doesn't, I don't know. Well, I forgot to write the time down. Do you have the time? I guess we'll go for 10 more minutes, maybe, to listen to me whine. Did I ever name an episode title that? I should. Do you have the time to listen to me whine? Oh. Ugh, I hate this. I know, you're supposed to hate it because it'll feel good when you get the suit. Ugh. The gravity suit. I can't get up there. This note was about... I originally thought of this note when... Do I want to do this? Okay, I'm not doing it. Maybe I should. I think that's a shortcut. I've already talked about this, but I didn't talk about the second part. When it's a whole thing in the church now, women preaching is bad. Because Paul says, and whatever, he says, women are supposed to be quiet in the church. Meridia, this isn't right. And I disagreed with that, and I had a couple of videos where I talked about that. Whatever, that's not the point. Because I remember I did the thing. I wrote this note down where if Jesus was alive today, I feel like he would come back and say, he would say his cool Jesus thing, which is I think I posted this on Twitter too. if a woman is preaching the good news, then how could she be sinning? Like, how is that a bad thing? If she's preaching my gospel, why would you want her to stop? That's like a devil thing, isn't it? Wouldn't the devil want that? Maybe there are only certain people who can be reached by, this woman preaching. So, like, if you want her to stop, you're, like, silencing God. That's what Jesus would say. And I know what Jesus would say. That's the part that's like, well, maybe you shouldn't act like you know what Jesus would say. But we have to kind of do that, right? We have to kind of extrapolate what he would say, because he didn't say everything about everything. So what would he say about women preachers? If there was a Pharisee who came up to Jesus and was trying to test him and was like, Jesus, this woman's preaching. What should we do with her? And then Jesus would be like, well, if she's preaching the good news, then why do you want her to stop? And then the Pharisees would. And then that's where the narrator in the New Testament would be like, and the Pharisees knew that they were being stupid, so they shut up. And that's when they plotted to kill Jesus. Lots of speed racers outside always. It's not even a highway that I live next to. It's just a street. But people like their cars to be loud. Or like, I like when my cars hurt people's ears. That makes me feel cool. Okay, here we go. Whoa. Yoink. Yoy, 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 yoy. Yoy, 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 yoy. Okay. Oh no, I'm turned around. I don't know what's up here, but it must be good. It says, don't make, so my whole point about that was don't make blanket rules that everyone has to follow based on like certain verses that Paul says or whatever. I don't like when people do that. And it doesn't make sense that you pick and choose which ones, what the heck, you want everyone to follow and which ones you don't. Because, for example, this is kind of a dumb example, but I'm just trying to be hyperbolic. Like, it says in the Old Testament, be joyful always. Doesn't it say be joyful always? So, if you're not being joyful, are you sinning? Like, should we not go to your wedding if you're not being joyful? Wait, what do I do here? Oh, the x-ray. What do I do with this? I don't know. I'm confused. How do I use this? Oh. Okay. Like, yes, it says be joyful always in the Bible. So, does that mean you have to, like, kill yourself every time you're not feeling joyful and be like, oh, I'm so sad, like, God hates me because I'm not being joyful? And no, we don't do that with other things. Like, why do we pick, like, oh, it says in the Bible that you're not supposed to be gay, so everybody all the time has to never be gay, and everybody who thinks like they're gay, even a little bit, they gotta feel terrible about themselves. Like, that can't be, that's not a good thing. No, you've got me. No, okay. Do you need that x-ray thing, or is it just like an extra thing? Because this was kind of out of the way. It's kind of like a little secret. Ooh. But it wasn't a super secret because it was still on the map. Like, I knew where to go. It wasn't hard to get there. Ugh. If you're not joyful all the time, you're a bad person. We don't want to promote a not joyful lifestyle, so we don't go to their wedding. We allow nuance for everything. We allow nuance for murder. Right? Why don't we allow nuance for, like, being gay? Like, no, you can never be gay ever. It's always bad. It says one of the 10 Commandments is do not murder, but we allow nuance for killing people, right? You're allowed to, if it's self-defense, it's kind of okay, right? You're not allowed to murder except if it's in self-defense, and if the other person kills your friend, then maybe it's okay if you kill them, like, while they're still there, but just not after they leave, and then kill them later. There's gray areas, always, and we just gotta try to use our brains instead of just being like, oh, so this is in the Bible, so we have to follow it all the time. There's a secret up here. No. Oh, I can't go that way. I want to go this way anyway. Want to talk about basketball? The Nets are playing good. I'm just trying to enjoy it every game. Because I spend so much time watching sports. And you've got it. You've got a season. You've got a really good... This is the best team they've had in 20 years. They just played a game where they scored 130 points, and the highest scoring player on the team got 21 points. That's like crazy. That means like everybody on the team got 20 points. They're playing as a team, and they're like passing, and James Harden is like passing it to people, and it's that's why you spend all your time committed to a team. Like, I've been a Nets fan for 20 years. And this is it. This is what you watch it for. It's like when the team's really good and they are just good and it feels good and you're like, this is it. This is as good as it gets. I'm a real fan. I remember we went to a game when they were still in New Jersey and the tickets were really cheap. I think we sat down pretty low. It was the worst season they ever had. But I remember, I might be getting this wrong, but I have a memory of going to the Net game in their season when they only won 12 games. They were 12 and 60 and 70. Was that right? No, that can't be right. That's horrible. They must have won more than 12 games. I have to look that up. But the worst season they had, I remember going to a game, and they won. And being like, oh, that's fun, they won. I think it was against the Pistons. That's my memory of it, but I could be wrong. So, like, I was a real fan because I went when they were bad. So I get to enjoy this now. I still have a couple minutes. Okay, yeah, this is definitely where you're supposed to go. And then after this, you probably go to that water level. But the Nets are... James Harden came back, and they won. They beat the Spurs. There's 2 games left. Shoot. Hopefully they get the 2 seed. They just have to win their last 2 games. And then it's the playoffs, and the last time I think I was ever this optimistic about a playoff with one of my 3 teams, the Nets, the Mets, and the Jets. It's going back a long time. A really long time. 2006, probably. I thought the Mets would win the World Series in 2006. They didn't. They were upset by the Cardinals. Whoa. He went over the swings. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Okay. So what's that? It's been 15 years since I went into a playoff with one of my teams, and I thought, okay, they have a chance to win. In 2015, the Mets made it to the World Series, but I was like, they're not that good. They're not going to make it. And then they just kept winning. And I was, even when they were in the World Series, I'm like, there's no way they win. And they didn't win, but the Nets were pretty good about 7 or 8 years ago. But every time they were in the playoffs, they were like a 4 seed or a 5 seed, and it was like, they have a chance, but probably not. I mean, it's going to be LeBron James. LeBron's going to win it. That was always like the thing. So it's like, we might pull a miraculous upset, and like, I'll be happy if we do. And I'll root for that, but I don't think it's going to happen. And the Nets played the Heat once in the playoffs, and they got killed by him, by LeBron and the Heat when he was on the Heat. I think they won like 1 or 2 games, and that was like a big deal. Like, oh, they got a chance. But they never had a chance. I want to look up the season that I'm thinking of. Nets records. Where's the worst record? Oh yeah, 2009. They were 12-70. They won 12 games. How is that possible? And if you look at the game log, there is a game where they played the Pistons and they won. So I'm like, that might have been the game that I went to. Can I see the game log? And I remember the game I went to, this guy, this Chinese guy, Yi Jian. I forget how to say it, but it's like Yi Jian Liang. Game log. So here, I'll tell you, they played the Pistons. They lost their first like 20 games. I think that was a record. They beat Chicago, they beat the Knicks, they beat the Clippers, they beat the Bobcats, Knicks. Ooh, they won 2 in a row. Detroit is one of their wins. I remember that being the game that I went to. And Chucky Atkins, no. Am I wrong? Here it is. Sorry. The Nets won 118-110 for a record of 9-63. And where is he? Am I crazy? Oh, here it is. Okay, Brook Lopez, Yijian Lian, Jarvis Hayes, Devin Harris, Courtney Lee. I like Devin Harris, but he... Oh, Brook Lopez had 37 points. Yijian Lian had 31 points. And that was it. Devin Harris had 2 points. God, they were terrible. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.